Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another episode of Try-In episode. Today we are talking about some Korean shows. Before I get into that though, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Like I said in the intro, we are talking about some South Korean shows this week. It was only a matter of time before I did that for Try-In episode. I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that I like South Korean anything. I love their music, I love their horror movies, I love their TV shows. So I thought I would watch some of their horror TV shows. And I say that because I feel like their television shows are a whole lot less intense than their movies. But I'm not familiar with all of the broadcasting, like laws and situations going on over there. I know, at least I've heard that they're very strict on like K-pop performances that are sexy. So I don't know if like the same kind of harsh rules apply to violence and horror, at least in television, so I'm not sure. So it's hard to kind of find a horror television show from South Korea that's as intense and scary as some of the stuff we have over here, like American Horror Story or The Walking Dead or anything like that. I did find two shows that I hadn't seen before, and you know, like I have done in the past, if this is your first Try-In episode video, I watch an episode of each, compare the two, and then at the end, you know, decide which one I'm gonna continue to watch. So the first show we are talking about is called Nightmare Teacher. Just keep in mind with these names, this is a translation of the Korean name, so I know they sound funny, but it's just the direct translation, I think, of the title of the show. I'm not going to try to pronounce because I can't speak Korean. So the episode is centered around this second year class in school, and their homeroom teacher mysteriously falls ill, and they get a new homeroom teacher, a substitute teacher. After the teacher arrives, the students of his class begin to have their dreams come true after going to counseling with him. The class president notices something is off with the new homeroom teacher and sets out to figure out what is happening to her classmates. Nightmare Teacher has 12 episodes total at 15 minutes each and is available on Netflix and Viki. And I mean Viki, the streaming site, not me. I don't have it available to stream. For most of you guys know what Netflix is. I will leave a link for Viki, the website, in the description box if you want to check it out. I pay for a subscription there because I watch so many dramas, so I highly recommend them. Not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor me. Okay, so let's get into Nightmare Teacher here. So just for full disclosure, I did watch 2 episodes of Nightmare Teacher because, like I said, the episodes are very short. They're 15 minutes long. And the other show I watched, the episodes are 30 minutes long. So I was like, well, I'll watch 2 of Nightmare Teacher just you know, so I've seen 30 minutes of each. But, you know, that leads me to saying I did like the shorter episodes. I feel like that is gonna make this show super easy to binge. So if you're just looking for something quick, like maybe, you know, before fall TV starts, if you just want to watch something kind of quick, you don't want to get into a show that's like 5 seasons long because, you know, like American Horror Story is about to come back and stuff like that. So this might be a really good option because you'll be able to get through it quickly, and then before you know it, all the fall TV will be back. I really liked the tone of the show. It almost kind of had a Goosebumps feel. Like, I feel like a lot of episodes of Goosebumps, you know, have kind of like moral stories. Like they play a lot on irony and kind of like the whole like be careful what you wish for theme. And obviously, since we have like this authority figure, the homeroom teacher, being evil, I feel like a lot of Goosebumps episodes and stories had a lot to do with that as well, with like, you know, like teachers being monsters or things like that. So this show felt very like goosebumpy to me, and I liked that. So in the episodes I watched, it follows the same student, Solgi, who is cruelly bullied by a group of her former friends. So like I said in the summary, the homeroom teacher, his kind of thing is he is giving one-on-one counseling to the students. So Seulgi gets volunteered to be the first student. So she meets up with him in his office, and you know, they're talking about the fact that she's bullied, and the homeroom teacher, Bonggu, that's his name, gives her a seating chart of the class, and and explains to her that by drawing lines between the seats, between the students, she can control who is friends with whom, and if she draws a line with an X through it, that person will basically be invisible. Everyone will just ignore that they exist. And that's kind of the nature of Seulgi's tormentors. They bully her by telling her she's an invisible person. Nobody cares that she exists, and she's just ignored, which is a very awful thing to say to somebody, but that's basically what happens if Seulgi draws a line between two people and X's the line out. They basically become an invisible person. So it very much plays like a fable. So naturally, the first thing Seulgi does is, you know, out of the three, I feel like I'm over explaining the show, but it's kind of necessary. Out of her tormentors, there's three of them. There's obviously the leader one, who is the worst, and then the two kind of like lackeys, you know? So she makes the two lackeys her friends again, and the leader is just like, the fuck, like blah, 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 like why all of a sudden are you guys being nice to her, all this stuff? So Seulgi makes the whole class forget about her as a kind of like retribution. So like, see what you were doing to me, this is your comeuppance. And then Seulgi kind of gets power crazy and makes everybody in the class her friend. But she obviously, you know, this being kind of a moral story, she realizes that these people are not friends with her because they want to be friends with her. It's, you know, it's a supernatural thing. It's a magical thing. They're doing it because of a spell or whatever you want to call it, not because they genuinely want to be friends with her. So she's not truly happy. I have a feeling like all of the episodes are going to kind of be like this sort of like moral story, this be careful what you wish for sort of thing. But I liked that it had a dark ending. I feel like a lot of Korean movies and shows deal with this, particularly with students, because there is a lot surrounding like the pressures put on the citizens in general, but students in just Asian culture in general, of doing well and being at the top of your class. So, you know, a lot of these Eastern countries do have very high suicide rates because of things like this. Although this doesn't have anything to do with grades, I'll go ahead and just spoil it. Seulgi does kill herself at the end of the episode because of what she's done. And the whole thing, of course, with the seating chart is once she has made a connection or broken a connection, she can't change it. So it's irreversible. So of course she learns from her mistake, but she can't take it back, and there's nothing she can do. But I feel like a lot of Korean movies and TV shows tend to cover this sort of dark topic, which I do like. I think it's something that needs, not like I like it because you know, because I like seeing suicide in TV shows and movies, but I like that, you know, it opens up discourse to talk about it. It seems like the next episodes will be about different students and kind of the stuff that they're going through. So I like that it feels like it's going to be kind of like an anthology series, like it all takes place within the framework of this school and this classroom, but it'll cover different students, so I like that. And then Yerim is like the connecting factor, because she's the one that's like noticing something is strange, and she's going to be the one to try and figure out what's going on. The only thing I'm nervous about is how it will play out within 12 episodes, especially since they're only 15 minutes long. So for those of you maybe that don't watch Korean television, usually there's only one season of a show, and it'll be like 16 to 24 episodes long, and that's it. So it more plays out like a mini series or something, where it's just, you know, an extra long movie or something like that if you were to string them all together, which typically I kind of enjoy. That it is kind of nice when you want to watch something and it just, you know, it just plays out its story and then it's done, and you know, it doesn't go 9, 10, 11 seasons where you have to keep watching and then it gets tired and you're tired of watching it and things like that. So I do typically enjoy that, but given that these episodes are only 15 minutes and there's only 12 episodes, which is kind of short for Korean series, I am dubious about how, you know, if it's gonna feel rushed or not, if that makes sense. So the next show I'm talking about is called Lovely Horribly, and it follows Philip, an actor, and Oh-soon, a screenwriter, who are bound by an unusual fate. One's happiness and good fortune always results in the other's misfortune. When the pair starts writing a drama together, the events in the screenplay start to occur in real life. Lovely Horribly only has 4 episodes available right now on Viki. It's a brand new show, and apparently, according to the internet, I don't know how accurate this is gonna have 32 episodes, which is, like I just said, the average is kind of like 16 to 24 episodes, so this is a lot, and they are 30 minutes long. I feel like this drama is gonna have a very meta feel to it. Like, I mean, it just has to, right? You got, like, within the drama, they're writing a screenplay for a drama. And, you know, Korean dramas, like any other genre of movie or television show, has its share of cliches and tropes. And I just, you know that they're gonna be playing on those. And it's gonna have a self-reflective kind of meta feel. You guys know how I feel about that type of stuff, so I'm really excited about that. I really hope that that's how the drama plays out. And again, since I've only seen the first episode, I feel like there is definitely some like ghosty supernatural stuff going on as well. There's been a few instances, like, or dream sequences, and Philip and Oh-soon are kind of being haunted by this figure, and it's like your it's like your typical Asian ghost imagery. It's like a woman with long dark hair, and she's very pale and spooky, and as a fan of Asian horror, you know, I like that. I'm interested to see how the two overcome their predicament with the whole, like, one's happiness equals the other one's unhappiness. So I wonder if maybe if they come together, you know, and they intertwine their fates, then will that then cancel that out? Because, you know, if they're, you know, if they, like, for example, if they become like a couple or something like that, so their fates are intertwined, you know, so the one that's fortunate, would that not rub off on the unfortunate person and vice versa? So I feel like it would cancel out, but I'm interested to see how that plays out and how that's explained. It's about to get real nerdy, I know, I'm so sorry, but I kind of get Harry Potter vibes from this, and just hear me out. It's mostly just because, like, as I was watching it, I just, you know, the line from Harry Potter kept popping in my head, neither can live while the other survives. So I'm interested to see, like, I feel like that's kind of like a theme in the show, but I don't know, I've only seen 1 episode, but I like that. Okay, sorry, Harry Potter nerd time's over. So now we have to ask the question, which one am I gonna continue to watch? Right now, I'm definitely feeling Lovely Horribly. Yeah, I really like the premise. I hope that it's gonna be as meta as I think it is. So I'm like 100% on board for Lovely Horribly. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna finish Nightmare Teacher too. It's a super short series, so I feel like it'll just be easy. And I'm already kind of invested in the story already, so why not? It's not gonna be a huge commitment of time. Plus, the other star of the show is Min-hyuk from BTOB, and he is my bias in that group, so of course I gotta finish watching it, don't I? Sorry, just had to throw some K-pop in there, you know. I'm guessing nobody out there is gonna have seen these shows, but if you have, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about them. They're both available on Viki. Nightmare Maven, or not Nightmare Maven, Nightmare Teacher is also available on Netflix too. I will leave a link for Viki, it's VIKI, in the description box. I'm not sponsored at all, I'm just saying it's there. And if you like Korean dramas, it is a very good site to watch them on. Yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!